No, recording's just started. Okay, so this is me inbound to Incirlik with the Mirage in active pause. Okay, so I've set up a landing waypoint at for Incirlik at waypoint 3. So I'll step to waypoint 3. If I go to prep 03 and then look at desired slope, which is 3 degrees descent, and the required runway heading is 55 degrees true. That all matches up. So the important thing here to set up the synthetic runway is to have selected a waypoint with the correct runway heading and glide slope. If you've created as I have done here, created a waypoint, a landing waypoint on the airfield, selected that type of waypoint, not just placed a random waypoint on the airfield, these values will be automatically filled in. Otherwise you need to use prep to enter the value. It doesn't necessarily have to be the last waypoint, it could be waypoint 18 say, or 19, just as long as it's selected and it has the right values for the particular airfield you want to land at. The other thing that we need to set, just let me try and get track ILS playing around. Just let me try and set it up. Okay, that's better, as long as I can look at the instrument panels. Is to set the barometer to the airfield. Now, it's not particularly important for Incirlik as it's only about 200 feet or less above sea level. Let me click on that. Elevation is 150 feet. So as long as the barometer's set close to that, the synthetic runway will be drawn with the correct distance perspective. Obviously it wouldn't, if you're landing at 2,000 feet at an airport, 2,000 or 4,000 feet above sea level, then it's much more important to set the QFE, so that the barometer's reading the correct altitude above the airport you're landing at. Okay, let's go back to the cockpit. Let's just if I go to the briefing and go down, we can see that we've got because I've created a landing point there, we've got the QFE 1006 hectopascals or millibar. Okay, so at the moment it's set to 113, so I just want to set it to approximately 106. Okay, so that's our elevation. The airfield, the ILS itself. Just let me. The elevation itself. the ILS I should say. I'll just go to Alt B. Let's see, is ILS is 109.3, which just so happens to be what I've got set. Okay, so that's turned on. To actually hear it, okay, that's looking good. Okay, if we look at the ADI, we've got a localizer showing off. I'll just turn the volume down. Okay, so I want to hit approach mode, and I've got steering guidance to that. Okay, so we can see waypoint 3 here on the map. And it looks like one of those things that I'm going to have to rebind, but I'll take a chance. Okay, so I've got approach mode. So let's okay, active pause off. That's not too bad. So I'm going to drop the gear. Raise the seat height. Okay, I've armed the autopilot to take us in. You can see the brackets that we want. Let's see, how far away are we? Oh, we're still 12 miles away. So this is a see, can I? Go to the external view, we can see I've got the gear down. Okay, we can see it's drop one of the headings. Okay, so here we are. We've got the synthetic runway centre line lined up. It's not quite lined up with the runway, but we're quite a long way out, and it's Now we won't get the actual synthetic runway until we pick up the glide slope, and at 1600 feet, 1800 feet above the ground, as shown by the radar altimeter, we won't pick up the glide slope until we're much closer. Just okay, we've obviously picked up the glide slope, the synthetic runways appeared. Just want to watch the speed. Let's just see. We haven't started descent yet. Now we've got the synthetic runway purely because we've picked up the glide slope. If we didn't have the glide slope, because perhaps we were doing a back course, then we wouldn't have the synthetic runway. I won't speed it up, I'll just let it proceed normally and slowly. Obviously this is the lazy way of just letting the autopilot guide us all the way in. Started to descend, so I just got to pull a little bit of throttle so it doesn't pick up too much speed in the descent. As you can see, I'm relatively light with only 970 kilograms of fuel on board and no weapons. I'll get ready to take control. And you can see its synthetic runway isn't perfect. Okay, I'm about 200 feet. Disabled the autopilot. I just want a little bit more power. I don't want to be this slow. I do have a 7 knot okay. Air brakes out. Autopilot cancelled. Wheel brakes. And that worked as normal. Hope this helps you. Fly safe.